When Shadur Sanders finally gets his chance, the stage will already be set with tension, politics, and quiet chaos. The people around him may not realize it, but what's unfolding isn't just another story about a rookie trying to earn his place. It's about how leadership, ego, and fear can shape the destiny of a young player before he ever takes a snap. And as Bernie Kosar, a legend who's seen it all, lays out his thoughts, you can feel the frustration behind his words. He knows what real talent looks like. He knows when a team is on the verge of wasting it. Kosar didn't just talk about football. He talked about survival, about how a quarterback like Shedeur isn't just playing against defenses, he's fighting against the very structure that's supposed to support him. The way Bernie described it, Shedeur's biggest challenge isn't even on the field yet. He's being kept on the sidelines by a system that's too scared to embrace what he brings, real leadership. The kind that doesn't fit neatly into the conservative playbook Kevin Stefanski insists on protecting. The kind that shakes up a locker room and forces everyone to raise their level. Bernie's words hit harder because they come from a man who knows exactly what it's like to fight for a team that's breaking apart. When he says Shedeur has that galvanizing presence, that unique energy that makes people believe, he's not just praising him, he's warning everyone else. That spark doesn't come around often. It's the type of presence that can make players go the extra mile, that makes teammates run through walls just to match the energy their quarterback brings. And yet somehow, the Browns seem determined to bury that spark instead of letting it light up the field. He even joked that it's not Halloween yet and Shedeur just has to stay alive through Thanksgiving and Christmas. And while it sounds playful, there's truth in it. Bernie is pointing out the ugly reality that the pressure on this young man is unbearable. He's fighting for recognition while walking through a minefield of front office politics, questionable coaching decisions, and a culture of fear. Bernie's message is clear. If this organization doesn't protect Shedeur, they'll destroy something rare before it ever has the chance to grow. And what makes all of this worse is how the Browns have handled everything around him. Bernie doesn't even have to name names to make his point. Everyone already knows what's happening with Dillon Gabriel. They've seen it. The same analysts, fans, and even former players who once defended the team's decisions are now waking up to the truth. Gabriel might be a decent player, but he's not a leader. He's not the kind of quarterback who can carry a franchise. He plays safe, too cautious, as if afraid of making a mistake instead of chasing a win. Meanwhile, Shedeur has that fearless composure, the type that can change the rhythm of a team. And yet, he's the one who's been benched, blamed, and pushed aside. Bernie's frustration is about more than who starts under center. It's about the mindset of an organization that refuses to believe in what it doesn't understand. Stefanski acts like Shedeur isn't ready, but ready for what? To fail under the same broken system that's already dragging the Browns down. Bernie knows how this story usually ends. When Shedeur eventually steps in, the team will already be falling apart. Players will be injured, morale will be gone, and the same people who blocked his rise will be the first to blame him when things go wrong. That's what Bernie meant when he said the nail in the coffin is already being hammered in. It's not about Shedeur failing. It's about being set up to fail. The irony is that Bernie isn't asking for miracles. He's asking for fairness, for the Browns to stop pretending and start building around someone who can actually lead. He's been in those shoes before, when you give your all to a team that won't meet you halfway. And what hurts the most is that Shedeur has already shown he can handle pressure. In college, he thrived in chaos. He read defenses fast, threw with precision, and had that rare ability to make everyone around him play harder. That's what leadership looks like, but Cleveland's current leadership doesn't seem to care about that. They're too caught up in preserving their own reputations, too scared to take the kind of risks that win championships. You can feel it in the way Bernie talks about preservation mode. He's calling out the truth that no one inside the building dares to admit. This team isn't playing to win anymore. They're playing to survive. Every decision reeks of fear. Fear of being wrong, fear of losing control, fear of trusting someone who challenges the system. Even Bernie's comments about protecting your quarterback were layered with meaning. He wasn't just talking about physical protection. He was talking about psychological support, the kind of belief that lets a player take command of his own destiny. He said that even at the end of his own career, when he didn't fully believe in himself, that tiny bit of belief from others still mattered. That's the piece Stefanski doesn't seem to get. You can't build a winning team when your own players feel like they're constantly under suspicion. Meanwhile, Dillon Gabriel continues to prove Bernie's point. You can hand him the best offensive line, the cleanest pocket, the most detailed game plan, but he still looks lost when things don't go as planned. Because leadership isn't about perfection, it's about presence. Shedeur has it, Gabriel doesn't, and that's the difference. The Browns' refusal to see that is what's turning this season into a slow-motion disaster. Bernie's words carry the weight of someone who's seen too many young quarterbacks get crushed under organizational dysfunction. He's practically begging the team not to make the same mistake again. But it's hard to believe they'll listen. The Browns have become a team that values control over creativity, safety over spirit. And every week that passes without Shedeur on the field feels like another step toward a future they'll regret. Because when the moment finally comes, and it will, when Shadur Sanders gets his shot, the world will see what Bernie already knows. They'll see the difference between someone who plays not to lose and someone who plays to win. They'll see the energy that changes locker rooms, the composure that silences critics, the talent that doesn't just follow the playbook but rewrites it in real time. But by then, it might be too late. Too late for the team that let politics outweigh performance. Too late for the coach who mistook control for leadership. Too late for the franchise that could have built something real around a young quarterback who was ready long before they ever believed it. Bernie Kosar's words weren't just analysis. They were a warning wrapped in wisdom. He's seen how fragile belief can be, how easily potential can be buried under pride and fear. And his message was simple. If you have a leader in your hands, don't waste him. Don't let the noise drown out the truth. Because when that kid finally gets his chance, and when he turns all that doubt into fire, the same people who tried to hold him back will be the ones pretending they always believed. If you've been following this story, you know this isn't just about football anymore. It's about loyalty, belief, and the fight to be seen for who you are. So now the question goes to you. When Shadur Sanders finally gets that moment, when the lights are on and the excuses are gone, will the Browns rise with him, or will they once again find a way to destroy their own future? Drop your thoughts below, hit that like button if you stand with Shedeur, and don't forget to subscribe for more unfiltered breakdowns of what's really happening inside Cleveland.